I thought I was gonna leave it off with just one part. I think I'm that guy. Nah, fam. Here's part 2. And what if Naruto had a guardian angel? Ow. But anyways, so we ended off with him having a crazy battle. Well, or should I say his transformation jutsus and his shadow clone having a battle against the leaf. And he won because they basically forfeit. Because Naruto just like. And I realized in the last one I said that it killed Lady Tsunade. And that was a mistake because I didn't like remember it. But and then it fled. But anyways, let's get back into it. And so they were like, yeah. And then the mountain cow started playing with Naruto again. And Naruto was like, buddy, I don't think right now is the time. Then the lightning, the what's the name said, the mountain cat. It was like, roar. He was like, wait, what? And he said, what are you roaring about? And then he saw Naruto saw it was like a gang of bears. It was 3 bears. And then he was like, that's what you're roaring about, buddy? I bet you could take some. And then the bears ran at the mountain cat. Then a mountain cat swiftly turned one to the right and sliced the one to the right. And sliced with his sharp claws. He sliced the one on the right. Then the 2 bears swiped at it, and then moved to the left, quickly hitting the one on the left. And then the bear jumped up, as well as the mountain cat, and they were like pushing against each other. And then the mountain cat was like as strong as the bear, but then the mountain cat did a slick move, and he lost some of his strength on purpose. He didn't use as much strength, and then the bear hit him on the ground. Then the mountain cat had one of its claws free and then stabbed the bear in the side with his claw. And then the bear swiped at the mountain cat, hitting it, and then swiped at it again. And then he was like, "You can do it." And then Naruto was like, "You can do this." And then the mountain cat roared and bit the bear's neck, killing it. And then he was like, "That was a brutal move, but I don't expect you to be nice." And then Naruto was like, "I guess you have a special meal today." Then the mountain cat was like, it roared, and then Naruto was like, "We need to get you packed up, and then you can eat." He said, and then Naruto said, "Hey, Ryu, can you take care of his wounds? I gotta, skin the bear and stuff." And she said, "Yeah." And then she patched up the mountain cat, and it was rubbing its head against her, and like she was rubbing its head. Naruto said, "Oh yeah, hey, come on, dude." And then he said, "It's time for a nap. You're feeding time." And then he put the bear in like his bowl. Like his bowl was not like a regular dog bowl. It was like huger, like way huger. Then he put the bear in there for his feeding time, and then he ate it. And then he started eating the bear. And then yes, this is where it is. They are still 19, and Rio confessed her feelings for Naruto. And then she kissed Naruto. What I said in the last episode, I told you I was giving y'all spoilers, but they were still 19. I was just playing about the age and stuff. And And then they decided to go back to the village and said, what could be wrong with this? And then they were traveling to the village. And Naruto was kind of bored because he didn't want to leave, and he said, but I'll come here to apologize. Then Ryu was like, that's nice, and then Naruto said, I don't consider you as nice. And then somebody jumped in their way, and it was Orochimaru. And he said, hey, Naruto, you have some nice people in your life. He said, I might have to take some. And Ryu was screaming, Naruto! And Naruto said, looked behind her and said, hey, drop her! And it was like two of Orochimaru's henchmen grabbing her. And one of them got a snake. And no, Orochimaru made two snakes go and wrap around her. And Orochimaru said, the closer you get, the harder they will squeeze. The more you try stuff, the harder they will squeeze. If you try anything, they will squeeze harder and harder. And then Naruto thought and thought and thought. And then he thought, and then he said, hey, Ryu, can you do a favor for me? And then he said, teleport behind Orochimaru and kick him so I can kill him with my sword. Then he said, haha, she's stuck. How is that gonna be possible? Then she teleported away. Then he was like, huh? How is this possible? And then he got kicked in his head. And Naruto put his sword up to Orochimaru, but snakes jumped up, and Naruto cut their heads off, and one of them bit Naruto in his neck. Naruto was like, you pain. Then he threw it back at Orochimaru, and it bit Orochimaru's nose, and then a black thing appeared in front on Orochimaru's nose, and he was, wait, is that on my neck? And then Ryu said, yeah, Naruto. Then Naruto was like, God dang it. And he was like, how do I get it off? Tell me now or I kill you. And your little henchman. And he said, I will never tell you. And then Naruto was like, yeah. And he got mad. He got so mad. So I forgot to tell you all this, but let's just say he already had the 3 tamales, and then Naruto got really mad, and then he got the Rinne Sharingan, and Naruto was very mad, and he was so mad that he went wild. And he teleported without him knowing. Sliced Orochimaru's head off. Mad as ever, and still mad. Then he teleported in front of one of his henchmen, slicing his head off, and then teleported to the other, slicing his head off. He said, and now touch her again. And he said, this fucking weirdo. What has he done to me? He said, this fucking weirdo. What has he done to me? And then he said, you should go to the police and get that checked out. He said, I will, but they will most likely not heal my wounds, because what if I do? They probably understand Naruto, and Naruto said, they probably don't either. Hold up. then Naruto said, I want to understand. Then he punched the Leaf Village gates because they were right there. And then everybody just, and then the shinobi popped up. And then Sasuke said, Chidori. And Kakashi was like, lightning cutter. Because they got there super fast. Neji, he's ready to do 64 palms as well as Hinata. And Shikamaru was about to use shadow possession. And Kiba and his dog started growling. And everybody took their fighting stances. Then they saw that it was Naruto. Then they were like, attack! And then Naruto simply dodged every single one of their attacks. You know how like Madarus fighting all of them, all of the Leaf Shinobi? That's how it was. But it was way, like Naruto was dodging every single one. And his eyes were just moving. And then he used his Rin Sharingan. And then Naruto just kept teleporting and dodging and stuff. And they were all trying to hit him. Then Naruto was like, dang it. And Ryu said, what was wrong? And then Naruto said, I used my last wish. Wish trying to get you up. It was the right move. Now I can't use another. And Naruto just kept dodging. I just kept dodging and dodging and dodging. And then then the shinobi got exhausted, saying, it's no use. It's no use. It's not use. And then Shikamaru, you shut shadow possession. And then Naruto was stuck right there. And then Naruto teleported right in front of Shikamaru. And said, let me out of this. Okay. He said, you're not able to move anymore. And he said, I am able to teleport. He said, but you can't move none of your body. He said, I can't break out of this if I want. And he said, that just lies. You can never break out of this. And then Naruto put up his arms. He was like, how? And then Naruto put his legs up to his neck and said, I can get out of anything. Now, all I'm asking for is for medical attention. And I'm sorry what I did to you guys. It's just that I didn't want to come back to this tuning room. And plus, and then he said, plus, if you don't, all this village will be destroyed. And they said, you want to see me try? Then Naruto said, super strike. And then he hurried up and zoomed and cut down two buildings in one. And then he said, oh, you want to see something cool? And then he ran up to a mountain. And then everybody just saw like an ant. And then they just saw a mountain fall. And they saw like a red flash. And then they saw a mountain fall. And then they were like, what the heck? And then Naruto said, I could destroy the village in one cut. But don't try me. And then they said, you are weak. That was planned. And then Naruto said, planned. And then Sasuke said, that wasn't planned. That was Naruto's pure strength. And then everybody's like, what? He said, just give me medical attention for this on my neck. And then Sasuke was like, I have the same thing. Then he showed him the thing. And he was like, hey, cool. And then Sasuke looked at his eyes and he was like, wait, you're Uchiha? And Naruto said, yeah, kinda. And he said, I'm a Uchiha as well. And he said, and then Naruto said, obviously I know that, but Anyways, and Sasuke was like, we can be buds or whatever. And then Sakura in like a wheelchair said, "Don't be don't be brothers or whatever with this demon." And then Naruto was like, he was like how you called a dog, and his mountain cat came running, and then it started growling at at uh at Sakura. And then he said, "Stand down, boy." And then he said, "I'll go find some food for you real quick." And I'll go. And then and then and then he was like, "Do you want?" And then he was like, "Do you want rabbit, bear, or or?" Naruto kept thinking, and he said, or." Yeah, that's the only thing I really got for you. And then he said, "So rabbit?" And then it didn't say anything. He said, "So bear?" And he said, "Woo." It was like not roof. It was like out. It was like it started growling. He was like, I guess so." And he was like, and then Naruto was like, "Yeah, I'll go get that." And then the shinobi was like, "This is our chance. Kill it." Then Naruto hurried up and turned around because he heard them with his senses. Then they threw some kunai at it. Naruto, he warped it away with his eye. Then they were like, "What?" And then Sasuke said, "Oh, so you know how to warp as well, Naruto?" And Naruto said, "Yeah. But if anything happens while I'm out gonna get his food, and if anything happens, you're most likely to die." Hey, hold on. He was like, he said, "Okay," and then the shinobi said, "Got it." Then Naruto left. He found 3 bears, and then he put on his Senju shuriken and threw it at them swiftly and quickly, killing all of them. Then he dragged them all the way back to the village and saw Mountain Cat's leg damaged and Ryu's wing stuck to it. Then Naruto said, "I told you this." And then Sasuke and Kakashi and them were just sitting there pointing at the shinobi who did it. And then Kakashi, he really didn't want to die. Then Naruto said, "Didn't you teach me something, Kakashi?" Oh yeah, I forgot. Kakashi died. Never mind. I'm so sorry. Everything I said about Kakashi. It over. So everything. And he said, "Didn't Kakashi teach you to rat out your own villagers?" And he said, "I should kill your fellow shinobi. I should kill you, but I'm not." And then they're pointing at 2 particular shinobi. And then Naruto said, And then he saw the mountain cat like bleeding, but he didn't see like the front. He didn't see Ryu. He said, "Wait, where's Ryu?" And then he ran up front and saw it. He said, and he got so mad that he God mode and Devilish mode at the same time, and like half of him, his face went away. Like he didn't have a nose, no eyes, no mouth, like no nothing. And then it was only hair, on his head, and he didn't have ears either. And then And then they were like, what did you do? And then all you heard was like a devil scream. It was like, ah. And then they were like, ah, I'm sorry. And then Naruto unhooked Ryu. And Ryu got one all like that too. And then Naruto jumped up and patted his mountain cat on the head, healing him, and giving him some power. Then the mountain cat got more power and growled. Then Naruto was like, stand down, buddy, for now, with no mouth. And they were like, where's that coming from? And then Naruto, like, all you saw was Naruto, like, move his sword like this. And then a shockwave of red or blue came off the two shinobi who did it. And it just cut them completely in half. And then Naruto said, are you ready to feel my wrath? And he said, if anything happened to them, I said I'll kill you all. And then he just, and as he was swinging, he said, I won't kill you, but I will destroy your village. So have fun looking at scraps. And then he sliced and broke every single house and building that was there. And then they were like, and they were shocked. Naruto walked off. Then Sasuke said, hey, Naruto, can you train me? And then Sakura said, look what he did. And you want him to train you? And then Sasuke said, what's wrong with that? And then, like the whole academy was like, well, he just basically destroyed the village and you want to go with him and train? And he said, yes, that is correct. You have a problem with that. And he activated his Rinnegan. And then Naruto went back to regular, put his swords away, as well as Ryu. And the Molly cat calmed down as well. Then they went back home. And so Sasuke was with them. And Sasuke had a Naruto made that and Sasuke there. But Sasuke couldn't go to sleep. You know why? Because every single night he heard him moaning and banging. And he couldn't go to sleep because it was disturbing. And he kept thinking about it. And then the next morning when he woke up after all of that, it was like 2 months later. And he heard Naruto say push. He was like, wait, what? And then he went in there. And Naruto, and he saw Naruto holding a baby. And then he said, hey, they were like, oh, hey, Sasuke. And then he saw Naruto with wings. He was like, wait, why do you have wings? And then he said, oh, sorry about that. And then he deactivated his wings. And then she stayed there for a bit, and Naruto was healing her while Sasuke was taking care of their baby. And Naruto said, you could be like an uncle. And then Sasuke said, yeah, I don't think I'm quite sure ready for that. And then Naruto said, okay. And he said, actually, I guess it could be a good idea. And he said, cool. And then Naruto was like, well, you're hold up. And then he got up, and then she was standing up with no wings, and he was like, wait, where did your wings go? And then she activated them and said, oh, we can kind of deactivate them and activate our wings when we want to. And then Naruto said, how does that work? Well, we really don't want to tell you. And he said, "Oh, okay, I think I get it." And he said, "Wait, so did you guys, do you guys have the same DNA now?" And then he said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, okay." And then, uh, they raised them, and then a year later, Naruto and Ryu are 20, and their kid is 1. And their 1-year-old can walk. Let's just say the baby started walking at 6 months, and it could do some pretty crazy things. It could like like chakra control and stuff. It could like walk on walls and stuff, and it could use chakra nature. It could use nature, whatever. Like I said in this episode, like you say, it could use fire style at the age of 1. And Naruto was pretty surprised by this. And the baby was really smart at 1, and like it was way too smart. And then Naruto said, "You have a very smart, You have a very smart kid." I mean, Sasuke said, "You have a very smart kid. You should probably start training him." And as he said this, the baby, he saw some little wings come out of the baby's back, and it started flying. Like it started flying, and he said, "Hey, he has wings." And then Naruto was shocked, and he said, "Yeah, we really should. We really should. We really should. We really should. I really should train him." And then 6 months of training, the baby was like very strong. Like it could keep up with Naruto basically, and it was only 1. And this was where I'm going to end it off. This is part 2, and peace.